Good morning. How are we? It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I hope all the risers are well. Missed you. I missed you. So let me explain a little bit what was going on. I did tell you I was going to be out of town at the end of the week, and I was. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Diane. We had some internet issues last week, and I had crazy good download. I had like 500 download, but I didn't have the upload, which is how the show operates. And I wasn't getting enough to generate anything. So that was the issue. So I fought with the cable company. Evidently, something has been fixed, and we're here. All right, perfect. Good to have you all with us today. Oh, Kamala Harris. She hates our troops. She hates them. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Sun Rosa. Welcome to the program. God bless you, everyone. 850-771-0049 is the number to call. And yep. And hugs back to you. God bless you. Yeah, enjoy your long weekend is what Kamala said. Before she had to backtrack. She had to backtrack. 69 days since she's been announced as the border czar, and she's not done anything. No conference, not been down there, nothing. She's a slacker. Goodness gracious. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Weather's been perfect. Holy mackerel. Pretty crazy. Let's go to the forecast, if we shall. Today, cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing, high near 84. Winds around 20 miles an hour. Going to blow both my hairs. Tonight, partly cloudy, early increasing clouds overnight, low near 70. And then tomorrow for your Wednesday, some sun in the morning with increasing clouds during the afternoon and a high near 86. Presently, it is 67 in Milton, 74 Gulf Breeze, 70 in Navarre, and 69 in Pensacola. Are you enjoying the bridge being open? Are you enjoying the bridge being open? It's good to see you guys too. So the bridge is back open, partially, which is going to take a lot of the pressure off both ways. But what happens when the toll is reinstated on Garcon Point Bridge? Nobody's going to want to pay the $5. And I've heard talk of $8. I don't know. But who's going to do that? So it's all going to go flip-floppy the other way. I don't know. Now, that wouldn't be a bad drive without the traffic. It's a little bit longer, but it wouldn't be a bad drive if you didn't have all the traffic. And some folks may go, it's about the same once traffic gets built back up on the bridge to go Garcon Point Bridge. But not with $5 and not with $8, definitely. So I don't know. We'll see. 850-771-0049. They would make so much more money if they just charge $1. Thank you, Donna. That's exactly what I said. But they're Democrats. So they just keep raising the rate, thinking that's going to pay for the bridge. You lower it to $1. I tell you what, I'll even give you this. It's $1.50 if you're paying cash. If you got the Sun Pass, it's $1. Right? Let's do that. And all would be right with the world. But they can't do that. They don't think that way. They can't generate the brain waves. It would take common sense. And they can't do it. You would have more people use it. Look, let's say you're charging $5 a vehicle. For simple math. Most people are like, I'm not going to do that. How many on here would pay $5 one way on a commute for Garcon Point Bridge? Anybody? Any takers? Free? That's different. When you are if you have to pay $5 a trip, are you going to do that? No. No, you're not. You're not going to pay $50 a week to use the bridge. You're not going to do it. Now, if they lowered it to $1, how many would use it? If they lowered it to $1, how many would use it? That's this. The no's are for the $5. So how many would do it for $1? Say, yeah, I'd do it for $1. I would spend $10 a week for the convenience. Anybody? Anybody? Now that is more palpable, right? That is easier. I drove all the way through 70 when I had. Oh, I know. Everyone. Exactly my point. You would get way more traffic. And you would be far better off. Yeah, exactly. It makes sense, but they can't pull their head out of their backside to see what's going on. I'd pay if they agreed to send $4 each trip. To sponsor Trump. There you go. Just make it $1. Make it $1. That's like Sam Houston Tollway. Yes, I've driven it many times. County said once it was finished, the tolls would continue until it was paid for. 15 years later, it's beyond paid for, and we're still paying tolls. Yeah. No, I agree. And it gets paid. I mean, it's been paid for 100 times over there, the traffic. But would you not see, why can't someone see that? Why cannot someone see if you lower it to $1, you're going to get far more dollars in than charging $5 or $8? It just doesn't make any sense. 850-771-0049. Just a thought. All right. A couple things going on here we need to cover. Milton Police Department's 911 center received a call claiming a boater was threatening to kill people. Wow. Where's his picture at? Here he is. He's threatening to kill people. Why? We don't know. He had a bad day. He almost had a worse day. When a Milton officer showed up, a report states he saw the suspect, Edward Ray Thompson of Pace, sitting in a boat with a black weapon sitting on the boat's dashboard. In the report, it states Thompson grabbed the gun by the trigger guard and held it up after being ordered not to touch it. That could have turned out to be a very bad day. He was eventually arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and a weapons offense. Now, you don't do that. I'm surprised he wasn't lit up. Now, some of you will say because he's white, he wasn't shot. If he was black, he'd have been shot. The officer gave great mercy. I'd have shot him. A man's been hit and killed by a train in Inslee in Escambia County. Crews were dispatched to the railroad crossing near Inslee Street and Laurel Avenue around 3:22 a.m. This morning. Escambia County Sheriff's Office says an unidentified man was found dead at the scene. Why are people walking on the tracks at 3 a.m.? ESCO says the railroad crossing at Inslee Street and 9 Mile Road will be closed for some time while the investigation continues and will impact your morning commute. Don't use there. Don't go there. All right. Was he trying to commit suicide by the cop, the guy from the boat? I don't know. We don't know. He was unsuccessful. He was probably drunk. Pensacola International Airport is adding several new destinations this month. Spirit Airlines will begin service, and Delta Airlines, Southwest Airlines, United Airlines will add flights. Beginning June 10th, Spirit Airlines will begin service to 7 destinations, becoming the 8th airline to service in the Pensacola area. Spirit will offer the only nonstop flights to Columbus, Indianapolis, Louisville, along with nonstop service to Austin, Dallas-Fort Worth, Kansas City, and St. Louis. Southwest will add nonstop flights to Austin, Baltimore, Denver, Kansas City. United Airlines began service to Cleveland and Milwaukee and Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, expanding their service to 8 nonstop destinations. Delta opens their service offered at the gateway to the Gulf Coast with a nonstop flight to New York's LaGuardia Airport. Delta will operate the flight between LaGuardia and Pensacola on Saturdays only. These additions bring the total number of nonstop destinations to Pensacola to 29. So there you go. So as I was in the airport, you still have to wear a mask the entire time, even though Pete Buttigieg says it's just for respect. It's not about safety or the virus. It's about respect. Justin says you have to bring your own lawn chair and sack lunch on Spirit. Well, you have to bring your own sack lunch and something to drink on American, because they're not going to run the beverage cart. The flying pack of gum doesn't have space down the aisle to run the cart, evidently. That airline doesn't have a good spirit. I understand. Well, some people do on business. They have to. Now, when I flew this last week, one good thing about the Pensacola airport was they do have the new X-ray machine. So when you're going through the security and you have to, if you were like I had to travel with a lot of electronic equipment, laptops and iPads and things like that, and you have to take them all out of your bag and scan them that way. Everything goes in a different bucket. It's a nightmare. Well, they have a new scanner, and you don't have to take those things out. Yay! You still have to undress, because my belt may be an issue for some people. But you don't have to unpack your bags. If you don't have to unpack your bags, why in God's name do I have to take off my belt and my watch? You can't see it's a watch? I don't get it. I know. Well, there you go. You find ways around it. 850-771-0049. But there's stuff. I wanted to cover this. All right. So I just, because I was out last week and we didn't get to talk about it, but I feel we need to talk about it. James Calkins was the only commissioner that didn't sign the reprimand for the lying dirtbag. Now, let's talk about the article from the Navarre Press. It said District 3 Commissioner James Calkins refused to sign the weak letter. I added weak. To sign the letter of reprimand signed by the other 4 commissioners for County Administrator Dan Schiebler. Because, well, the reprimand only states that he forgot or that he did not file the paperwork for the SCOP funds. That's what the reprimand was for. It wasn't about him lying to everybody. Oh, no, that's perfectly fine. He's a county official. You can lie. 2 witnesses unrelated to the board signed in Calkins' spot refused to sign. Calkins said, I didn't write the reprimand. What I saw, I didn't agree with. I didn't think it told the whole story. It's really a continuing story. The article goes on to say the issues dragged on for nearly 2 months, with Calkins and a small group of vocal citizens asking for Schiebler's resignation. And that is a totally incorrect statement. That's a totally false statement from the Navarre Press. It's not a small group of vocal citizens. All right? If that group had been there in support of something, that he said, a huge group showed up. But because it's against Schiebler, it's a small group. Now, the group was not asking for Schiebler's resignation. They might have settled for that, but the group was asking for him to be fired. Yes, Donna, you're a small group of citizens. That's what the article said. It said Calkins and a small group of citizens were asking for his resignation. Nope. We were telling the commissioners, fire him. So the Navarre press filed or ran a false story. Because that's not the truth. And Calkins was right not to sign it. Well, they said he didn't sign it after he agreed to. I don't know how many subscribers. That should be public information. You can find that out, Stephen. But that shows you how out of touch they are. That is, though, according to Dave Peach, spoon-feeding of our press. I understand. What has happened with the outside investigation? That's a good question. What has happened with that? Let's don't give up. They think that this reprimand will make it all go away. Nope, it won't. This letter is very disappointing from Sandy Kemp and the Navarre Press. Maybe the Navarre Press didn't do as much investigation as they should have done. Sandy Kemp? Well, when it's spoon-fed to you, you don't have to do the investigation. You don't have to generate a thought about it. Absolutely the worst ever. And James was right to not sign it. I'm disappointed in some of them. There are some I expected. I had no doubt that they were going to sign it. You know, Peach, Cole, Wright. Wright wants to be Dave Peach's pool boy. Just keep that in mind. He wants to be Dave Peach's pool boy, and he will do whatever Dave Peach says. Bob Cole has no soul. Why did Sam Parker sign it? You need to ask Sam Parker that question. I don't think any of them want a third-party investigation. They don't, but we need one. That in itself tells you we need one. I totally agree with Jim Calkins. Yep. Keep up the good work. We're going to wait and see. Where does this go? Pressure, my friends. It takes pressure from you. It takes pressure from you. And until you apply the pressure, nothing changes. You must apply pressure. By the way, I want to share this because I love this. Justice! Big Gary Busey, Pet Justice. If you haven't seen that, you need to check it out on Amazon. It's awesome. All right. 850-771-0049. Gary Busey, the best. All right. What else is going on? The third-party investigation is being looked into by the staff as to who that would be. I don't want that. By staff. What staff? I don't want them picking some mamby-pamby little group. They think you're stupid. It's not drugs. It is, they think that you are stupid. That's exactly it. Because they think you're going to get tired and go away. We're just going to toss them a bone by giving them a reprimand, and they'll let it go. This small group they're dismissing you. They're dismissing you. Yep. What else is going on? The hurricane season starts today. and goes through November 30th. This year's Florida's Hurricane Preparedness Sales Tax Holiday was extended to 10 days and will end on Sunday, June 6th. With an active hurricane season predicted this year, Floridians need to ensure they have at least 7 days of supplies and put a disaster plan in place now. Following the impact of a hurricane, residents may lose access to basic services such as power and water and be subject to limited or no access to essentials like food, drinking water, and medicine. With these situations in mind, all individuals and families are encouraged to stock up on essentials and build a disaster supply kit to last for a minimum of 7 days. What happened to the first 72 are on you. Supplies that will be tax-free include flashlights, lanterns costing $40 or less, radios costing $50 or less, tarps costing $100 or less, coolers costing $60 or less, batteries costing $50 or less, and generators costing $1,000 or less. A full list of tax-free items are available on the website. It's coming. So just be ready, be wise. Buy a little at a time. With every paycheck, buy a little. It doesn't take a lot of forethought. A wide-ranging education bill that includes a controversial provision to ban transgender female athletes from competing on high school girls and college women's sports teams was formally sent to Governor Ron DeSantis on Friday. The measure seeks to make female athletes eligible for sports teams contingent on their biological sex on birth certificates issued at or near the time of the student's birth. House Republicans attached the transgender athlete bill to the sweeping education bill in the waning days of the legislative session that wrapped on April 30th after the controversial proposal had stalled in the Senate as a standalone measure. The proposal was dubbed the Fairness in Women's Sports Act. It mirrors legislation considered or passed this year by a number of other states with Republican-led legislatures. So, there you go. Homeowners policy doubled. Why? Oh, because of a hurricane. Yeah. SRC is interested in recall Florida. Meet Jerry Williamson this Thursday at Coffee Break and Pace at 10 a.m. You know, those of us who work would like to go, but cannot. All right. 850-771-0049. This was really odd. I find this bizarre. Health leaders are trying to make the COVID-19 vaccine as accessible as possible. The Escambia County Department of Health hoped to make it easy for those looking to soak up the sun and also get a COVID-19 shot. And that's what my plan was for the holiday weekend. Go to the beach, get a COVID shot at the beach. They targeted the thousands who flocked to the Pensacola Beach this weekend. You really don't get more convenient than a tent outside, said Thomas Manine from Pensacola. I saw that tent and just asked what kind of vaccine it was. And when I heard it was the Pfizer vaccine, I've been looking for that vaccine for a while now. I decided if they have it available, why not take it? Dumb. All holiday weekend, the department had been offering Pfizer and single-shot Johnson & Johnson vaccines, no appointment needed. There's an effort to ramp up vaccinations. According to Florida's Department of Health, a little more than 108,000 residents in Escambia County are inoculated. 108? That's it? That's not very many. In the entire county? That's not a lot. But there's been a steady decline of those making the effort to get the shot. On May 14th, more than 1,500 doses were administered in the county. The state's latest record shows a drastic drop. On Thursday, only 206 doses were given. Now, what's a COVID addiction? I don't know. So they set up a tent at the beach. That's how desperate they are to give this vaccine out. Here it is. If you want it, chances are you probably already got it. A tent at the beach is not going to, oh my gosh, I could get a sunburn and sell my soul. I'll just get a... one must wonder why they're pushing this. You got to look. Feds say the business can mandate vaccine for their employees now. As a condition for work, the business can say that you have to have a vaccine. That came from Biden's administration. Keep that in mind. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top infectious disease expert in the U.S., that is a low bar, evidently, has warned it is too early to declare victory against COVID-19 as cases fall in the country to the lowest rate since last June. I thought it was supposed to be below the 8% level, but evidently not. We want to declare victory. We don't want to declare victory prematurely because we still have a ways to go. Because you have refused to get the vaccine. Fauci told The Guardian in an interview. But the more and more people that can get vaccinated as a community, the community will be safer and safer. The Memorial Holiday weekend marks the official start of summer in the U.S., and for the last at least 50% of the population that's fully vaccinated, it could usher in a season of maskless barbecues and trips to the beach. Well, let me tell you something. For those who aren't vaccinated, you can go to the beach maskless, and you can have a barbecue maskless. So if you've had COVID, you have the antibodies. That's better science than a vaccine. Having the antibodies naturally is going to be a stronger deterrent from the virus than the vaccine. But they won't tell you that science, will they? A cafe in Mendocino, California is charging patrons a $5 fee if they're caught wearing or bragging about coronavirus vaccine. He added to orders placed while wearing a mask, a sign posted of Fiddlehead's Cafe. In a sign, it says any customer caught bragging will have to pay the fee. Fiddlehead's owner, Chris Castleman, told Fox News that proceeds from the fee are going to charities that have been overwhelmed by collateral damage of the government lockdowns. I've been asked this entire time to put on a mask, and that's not a large request. All I'm asking is a $5 donation to charity, and I don't think that's too much, he said. He said some people are more than willing to pay the fee once they learn it's going to charity. About 100 have done so. Some people really are upset by it. You can see outside, they're about to come in, they see the sign, they turn and walk away. Bye. Don't wear your mask here. That's not what we're about. The cafe is charging $5 if you order while wearing a face mask. Good for them. Scientists at the Chinese Wuhan lab is eyed as a possible source of the coronavirus pandemic were previously filmed getting bitten and spattered with blood while handling bats without protection. The state-run TV footage showed researchers at the Wuhan Institute of Virology disregarding gloves, masks, and other PPE while handling bats and collecting feces in the field. That's a crappy job. In one section, the virus expert related how bat fangs once went right through his glove, describing it as a feeling of being jabbed with a needle. The video, first broadcast in China December 29th, 2017, then cut to a person's limb badly swollen from the apparent bat bite. Scientists also admitted getting spattered with blood during the research, according to The Sun. Nice. Isn't that lovely? Holy mackerel, people. Thanks, Butch. Appreciate it. He's laughing at my crappy joke. Florida concert promoters found a new way to help promote the COVID-19 vaccine. Leadfoot Promotions is selling tickets to an upcoming show featuring punk band Teenage Bottle Rocket for $18 if you're vaccinated. If you're not vaccinated, $999. Yeah. If you're vaccinated and can prove it, it's $18. If you're not vaccinated, it's $999. Sorry, not interested. in Teenage Bottle Rocket. I don't think that concert's going to be very well attended. Because Teenage Bottle Rocket is probably a very narrow appeal. And then the vaccine has an even less appeal. I don't know. If they have 100 people at that concert, I would be shocked. We'll see. 850-771-0049. Segregating the population based on vaccines. They are. They're dividing. They are dividing. Now, I didn't pull this up, but there's one basketball team that says they're not going to, if they go to the playoffs, that they're not going to allow people who don't have the vaccine to attend. It is discrimination. It'd be like a Biden rally. It'd probably be more well attended than a Biden rally. Identify as a vaccinated person. Yes, and I mentioned that last week. And there was a city in Michigan that everybody's identifying as a vaccinated person. My body, my choice. I got you. The China flu came from the Wu-Tang lab. What? I need to see this again. Let's see what this is. All right, gotcha. Now they're agreeing with it now, and they're blaming the people in Washington, and the media are agreeing now that it came from the Wuhan lab because there's evidence for it. But they're blaming Trump. That's what they do. 850-771-0049. All right. So there was a shooting in Miami over the weekend, Sunday morning early. 2 people killed, several injured, and people just drove up. They started firing into the crowd. There was a press conference the next morning, and here's a portion of that press conference.
And at the same time, hitting innocent people that have nothing to do with their beef, ruining families, harming mothers who are here today.
You all killed my kid. You must burn. You're gonna burn.
Y'all killed my kid. You must burn. One of the fathers upset, obviously. And it's just pretty wild. Pretty wild. I got a couple other videos here to show you. Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors finds herself embroiled in yet another controversy. A newly unearthed video shows the Black Lives Matter co-founder calling for the end of Israel. In the footage from 2015, Cullors is seen speaking at a panel entitled Globalizing Ferguson, Racialized Policing and International Resistance. It was hosted at Harvard Law School. The panel is self-described as a forum that brings together community organizers, attorneys, and academics to discuss the international dimension of racialized policing, violence, and structural injustice. It says panelists will draw on their recent experience in taking these struggles to the UN. So look at this. She calls for an end to Israel in this video.
The other thing I'll say is Palestine is our generation South Africa. And if we don't step up boldly and courageously to end the imperialist project that's called Israel, we're doomed.
She called for an end to Israel. Let's do away with Israel. That's the solution. That's what Hitler thought. The final solution. 850-771-0049. These people are whack. They're whack. Yeah, I know. Wow. Cullors spent BLM money to buy houses. Yes. And we must always stand with Israel. You are correct. All right. Joe Biden was slammed Friday after comments he directed toward a young girl circulated online and generated backlash. This guy. While speaking at Joint Base Langley, Eustis in Hampton, Virginia, video shows Biden direct off-key remarks toward a person who was reportedly a little girl. Here it is. Here he is. Oh, so creepy.
And, I'm honored to be joined today by Governor Northam and by two great representatives of the Commonwealth, Congressman Laurie and Congressman Scott. And I want to thank you for all that you do to represent these service veterans, because they're devoted to you. The family members, the caregivers, survivors will call Virginia home. I'm especially honored to share the stage with Brittany and Jordan and Nathan and Margaret Catherine. I love those barrettes in her hair, man. I tell you what, look at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her like a little
19.
Brittany, you're doing triple duty as a veteran, a military spouse, and a teacher.
What in the world was all that? And it could be harmless, but it just is so. He is creepy, and that's what came up as they were on Twitter. Creepy Joe's back. Sickening, said Benny Johnson. Dude has issues, John Gabriel reacted. That's pretty blanked up, said Nathan Wurtzel. Creep, says Joey Jones. It is very pedo-ish. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it is just stop putting focus at totally unnecessary and uncalled for. I know, but he has no filter. He has no filter. It just comes out. He's incontinent at both ends. It just comes out. He can't control his bladder or his mouth. 850-771-0049. Well, this guy is just the weirdest freak job ever. I know. I wanted to do this. Gavin McLeod passed away, 90 years old. He passed away overnight, early Saturday morning at his home in Palm Desert, California. He was surrounded by loved ones and caretakers. He'd been out in the hospital the last few months with varying illnesses. It wasn't COVID related. It wasn't. He was 90. It just was just life. Okay. And he has control of the nuclear football. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I think they gave him one of those panic buttons from the easy buttons from Home Depot or Office Depot. They gave him one of those, and that's the button, Joe. What 19-year-old wears little barrettes? Good point, Renee. Good point. All right, so you remember same substance comes out of both ends on Joe. Yeah, you're correct. So remember the lady or the woman that spent 3 weeks in the sewer system in Delray Beach? Remember her? And she subsisted on ginger ale. Well, she disappeared in Texas again. Grand Prairie Police posted on its Facebook page that they're looking for a 43-year-old Lindsay Kennedy. Kennedy told Delray Police back in March she went for a swim in a canal near her boyfriend's house, became curious, and wandered through tunnels before getting lost. Her family told CBS 12 News that a little over a week after Kennedy checked into a rehab facility in Texas, the 43-year-old wandered off and was reported missing by local police. Brandy Morgan, Kennedy's best friend, said Grand Prairie Police spotted Kennedy near a creek, but when authorities approached her, she slipped into a nearby storm drain, as one is wont to do. But thanks to tracking app on Kennedy's cell phone, family was able to ping her last location before entering the underground system where they began their search. Family and friends located nearby manholes and the storm drain dropping bags of food and Gatorade. On Saturday night, Kennedy's mother, Jane, says her daughter climbed out of a 6-foot drain pipe and was transported to a nearby hospital under a psychiatric hold. You think? Here she is. Boop. Wow. She evidently likes drain pipes. She does this quite frequently. Once is a fluke. Twice is a little different. Wow. Just wow. El Cuco says the Secret Service gave Biden a life alert button and told him it was the nuclear football. Could be. All right. A 13-year-old Oregon girl was hospitalized after she suffered severe burns while trying to attempt a TikTok challenge. TikTok should be outlawed. Destiny Crane of Portland bought a candle, lighter, and rubbing alcohol into her family's bathroom to try to recreate a popular video in which someone uses a flammable liquid on a mirror to draw a shape and then lights it on fire. I was in the living room talking with my mom and I heard her scream my name, her mother said. So I went and opened the bathroom door and everything was on fire. Destiny was on fire. Things in the bathroom were on fire. The teen was taken to the hospital where she's been in intensive care in the unit since May 13th. She has third-degree burns. Wow. Is this the picture you're talking about? That's a picture of the future ex Mrs. Cuco. You have a penchant for crazy women? I don't know. Why is it that TikTok continues? It is horrible. Number one, it's stupid that parents don't know what their kids are doing. Now, kids do stupid stuff. But if you are not talking to them about these things, there is something wrong. Third-degree burns on this child because she was doing a TikTok challenge. Wowzers. It's a bad thing. Bystanders on Friday were captured on surveillance video rescuing a San Francisco police officer moments after she was attacked in the city's Chinatown. The Asian officer responded to a call about an individual who's making racially motivated threats. The suspect was identified by police as Gerardo Contreras. He's 33. He's a rough 33. Here is this incident. You've got to see this.
I'm a stop. I don't have nothing. I don't have no weapons. No weapons. I don't have no weapons.
Whoop, there it goes. And down they go. Now, I'm glad that there are bystanders willing to help. Put your crap down. He's got stuff in one arm. He's trying to pull the guy off with the other arm. Now watch this, because that's not the end of it. He's not using both arms either. Put your stuff down. Wow. And the guy, see, look at the guy. He's got 2 water bottles in his coat and a phone. Put your crap down and help the officer, please. Mercy. What is it? What is it with people? 850-771-0049. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. Just what else is going on? All right, so I want to talk about this. Well, what do you do? I mean, she was just going to check him, kick him in the face. Well, you have to be able to get it. He had a hold of her. At least someone that did help her. Well, yeah, but put your stuff down. It was kind of a half-hearted help. Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of help. Just saying. All right, so this is interesting. The federal government says businesses can mandate that employees get vaccinated against COVID-19 to enter the workplace and offers incentives for receiving the vaccine. Meanwhile, legal experts affirmed that being fired for refusing the vaccine is generally legal. Generally legal. The Equal Opportunity Employment Commission released updated guidance Friday explaining that vaccine mandates do not generally violate equal employment regulations. If I'm already employed, I don't think you could do that. But it's generally, it's not unlawful. The federal EEO laws do not prevent an employer from requiring all employees physically entering the workplace to be vaccinated for COVID-19, subject to the reasonable accommodation provisions of Title VII and the ADA and other EEO considerations discussed below. These principles apply if an employee gets the vaccine in community or from the employer. The EEOC also affirmed companies who offer incentives for employees who get vaccinated, although the agency cautioned against substantial incentives. Now, Don, I don't know. How can they be legal? But I am warning you, this is becoming more clear every day. They won't be able to buy and sell save they have the mark. Now, if this isn't the mark, it's leading up to it. And they're going to control you. So you're not going to be able to go to the grocery store. You're not going to be able to earn any money. If you do have credit cards or whatever, because you don't have a vaccine, they will freeze your accounts, which they can do, and they have done for different things. You will be controlled, and you won't be able to go anywhere because you won't get the shot. One of the major hospitals told all their employees that they were required, yes, to get the shot. Now, a majority of them did. Some filed a lawsuit against the hospital, as they should. As they should. But I'm telling you what, it's going to get worse. Thought the mask worked. Well, you are not correct. The mask doesn't work. That is a virtue. That is a respect. Pete Buttigieg said the mask in the airports, on trains, that kind of thing, they don't work. It is out of respect. And now you must get the shot. Even though if you've already had the virus, you've got the antibodies, which are stronger. Natural antibodies are stronger than the vaccine antibodies. That's science. But that's not their science. You must comply. This is absolutely frightening, people. That they are going to allow businesses to mandate that you get the vaccine. Respect for other people. Respect for other people. Being facetious. I got you. I know, Sharon. I know you were. But they don't work. They don't work. The masks do not work. That's why they had to do 2 or 3, right? Fauci goes, oh, 3 masks, 2 masks, whatever. People need to stop allowing the peaceful peaceful non-consent. It may get to the point where that isn't even an option. They are pushing you to the edge. They're pushing you as far as they can push you. They are pushing this hard. Glad you live in Florida. I am too, at the moment. At the moment. They can't do it here at the moment. That doesn't mean they won't try. Lot have died. What does that mean? What does that mean, Sharon? A lot have died. I don't know what that means. Explain yourself. But you get the idea. Is that they are pushing you. You will take this shot. We're going to make it convenient at the beach. What? Oh, a lot have died from the shot. Gotcha. Well, you can't blame that on the shot. Even though brain injuries from motorcycle wrecks and internal injuries from car wrecks or cancer have been deemed as COVID deaths, heart attacks, COVID deaths, they are very reluctant to blame anything on the shot, which means weird. It means many folks who have gotten the jab have died. I got you. I get it now. Are they going to arrest non-vaccinated and force vaccine on us? They are going to, no, because they can't do that. But what they will do is they will keep you from being able to buy or sell. That's what the goal is. They're going to force you to compliance, or you won't be able to go to the grocery store without a shot. You won't be able to use your credit cards without a shot. That, my friends, is what's coming. They're not going to arrest you. They're not going to arrest you. They're going to starve you out. That's what they're going to do. If businesses can make it so that you can't work unless you get the shot, grocery stores can make it so you can't shop without the shot. You can't fly without the shot. That's what all this is heading to. And yes, it is crazy. But that is where this is headed. This is already happening around the world. Yes, indeed. A concert that you can get a ticket for $19, $18. And if you don't have, you can get a ticket if you have the vaccine for $18. And if you don't have the vaccine, it's $999. That's what this is headed to. If you have the vaccine, you get to sit in special seating at the ballpark. If you don't have the vaccine, you can't sit in special seating at the ballpark. Or if you have the vaccine, you can go to a playoff game. But if you don't have the vaccine, you can't go. That is where we're at. And I do not disagree, Bob and Darlene. I do not disagree. Even so, Lord Jesus, come. Because that is where we are. Now, I'm not making this up. If you read it for yourself. No, this is not a vaccine. It's not approved. I got you. But they're doing so. They are strangling you. They are funneling you into the sheep gate. Well, if I got to feed my family, I want you to understand this right now. Stock up on the spam, whether it's for hurricane or for this. Stock up. Buy extra, because I'm telling you what, there's going to come a time when you won't be able to do it. If it continues down this course, which it looks like it is, look, the virus is waning. Everybody, it's down everywhere. And they're pushing this vaccine harder than ever. Why is that? Why is that? They'll deliver food still, but at the moment, but what's the danger to the employees if you don't get the vaccine? That's what I'm saying. Yes, the doctors are being silenced. Everybody's being silenced. Look, anything you post on Facebook, you get the warning or the here's the facts on the COVID-19 vaccine. Well, really? I'm going to trust Facebook with the facts? Man, I don't think so. I don't think so. And you can't silence that. You can't block that statement. That is the control they have. And they are deceiving many. Even the very elect will be deceived. Anybody questioning this? Are you being driven to a shot? What happens in a month? What happens a month from now when less people are getting infected with the virus and less people are wanting the shot and they want you to take the shot? Look, the numbers are way down. Numbers are way down. You're not seeing, they're not showing you how far down they are. But yet they want you to be scared. Interesting. And they will push you and push you and push you to get that shot. COVID-daystar.com. COVID.daystar.com. Any professional speak the truth about COVID. How long before that's taken down? And you won't be able to post that on Facebook. You won't be able to post that on Facebook at all. Because that goes against their hydroxychloroquine. I know. But Sam, they're not gonna allow that to be done. You know why they can't do that? Because they can't make any money on it. They can't make any money on hydroxychloroquine. They're giving away a shot. Who's making money? I understand. God bless you, Sharon. I appreciate you. If you want to get the shot, get the shot. I'm not telling you you can't. I'm just saying you shouldn't make me get it. It's not been approved. I understand. I understand, Donna. It has not been approved. And yet people are taking it blindly. Sheep. All right, kids, it's been good to be back. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Like the video, share the video, and we will have more. I'm sure as more comes up, we'll discuss it, and I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. Hey, you have a fantastic Tuesday. Short week. That's nice, right? I hope that your Memorial Day was good, that you honored those who have fallen. Thank you for those that served, and we appreciate you. God bless you. Stay strong. We'll see you tomorrow.